The summer transfer window has officially started and we see a lot of player movements happening in the coming weeks. Tons of players are going to sign for new clubs, with the names of Jadon Sancho, Harry Kane, Raphael Varane and Erling Haaland bound to make headlines. If you happen to be on Twitter, you must have come across the handle of former Sheffield United and Norway international Jan Åge Fjørtoft, who claims that Chelsea are very much interested in signing Erling Haaland this summer. Now, Fjørtoft is not a person who discusses every rumour on Twitter. Just like Fabrizio Romano, the Norwegian only talks about stories that are concrete. So if both him and the Italian are saying that the Blues want to sign the young striker, you better believe it. A few days ago, The Telegraph's Matt Law also claimed that Haaland is eager to join Chelsea. This does remind us of the time when Ed Hazard also decided to move to Stamford Bridge from Lille, right after the Londoners had beaten Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. And after winning the trophy again, Chelsea do look like a team that can attract the best players on the planet. The Blues will be looking to strike a deal while the iron is still hot. And if you look at their track record, don't be surprised if they're able to sign the striker ahead of other clubs that have been desperately chasing his signature. The player is going to cost a lot of money for sure. His rumoured €75 million release clause doesn't activate until next summer, but by that time, the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid might have fixed their financial situation to make their move. The same can be said about Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain, who will be needing a new front man for the long haul. This is why Chelsea are so eager to make the deal. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. We plan on providing a lot of in-depth coverage on the Euros and the transfer market this summer, so make sure that you don't miss out on anything. A gift for Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel's promising start to life at Chelsea has convinced Roman Abramovich to release the funds to make a move for the promising striker, who could be the last piece in Tuchel's jigsaw. Chelsea are eager to compete with the likes of Manchester United and Manchester City for the Premier League title next season. And perhaps the Norwegian is going to be that player who can help them do that. Although they spent a lot of money to bring in Timo Werner from RB Leipzig, the German has been unable to score as freely as most would have hoped. Werner will come good eventually, but he's not an out-and-out striker. Haaland, with a staggering 41 goals in 41 appearances in all competitions last season, fits the bill perfectly. He knows his way to goal, and even though he's going to cost upwards of €150 million this summer, can prove to be a long-term asset for the club. Big caveat. It's being claimed that Borussia Dortmund are going to sell either Jadon Sancho or Haaland this summer, and are against the idea of losing both key players in the same window. The young English winger is reportedly very close to joining Manchester United, and as things stand, there is a willingness on both clubs' part to get the deal across the line. If that happens, it might become quite difficult for Chelsea to move to the Leeds-born striker. Chelsea do seem to have the finances to make a €150 million move for the Norwegian. However, the Blues can't expect Haaland to push for a transfer himself, since the player's entourage knows that even if the striker decides to stay at the Signal Iduna Park, he will still remain a key transfer priority for the biggest clubs in Europe. But then again, if Dortmund are able to get more money for the player this summer than they are in the next window, they would likely allow the player to leave. Selling both Sancho and Haaland gives them roughly €240 million, so Marco Rosa's side would be able to spend big in the transfer window and perhaps get better than they were last season. Chelsea's plan B. Haaland does seem to be the club's priority, but if that doesn't happen, the club is also exploring the possibility of bringing back Romelu Lukaku, who's become quite a player since leaving Manchester United for Inter Milan. The Belgian giant has been in goal-scoring form for the Italian champions in the last 2 years, and he already knows the Premier League very well, having taken in spells at West Brom and Everton. Lukaku is going to cost less than Haaland, but it remains to be seen if the Nerazzurri will be willing to allow their star striker to leave, especially if they end up losing Lautaro Martinez. How will Chelsea look with Haaland? Okay, so let's say for argument's sake that Chelsea do sign Haaland, then their lineup becomes very intriguing with him in it. The Blues are expected to play a more attacking brand of football next season, now that Tuchel has a better understanding of the players he has at his disposal. He's going to be back this summer, and apart from Haaland, Chelsea are also looking to sign up Achraf Hakimi, who would cost around £55 million. While PSG are also interested in the Moroccan, Chelsea's Champions League triumph has made them quite an attractive proposition. Who would say no to working with Thomas Tuchel at an amazing training facility? If the Blues are able to sign Haaland and Hakimi, the Chelsea squad would be stacked with remarkable talent. does smell like goals. Lots of goals. A rather flat 4-4-2 formation would also make sense from an attacking point of view. This would give Mason Mount a more central role, which would allow him to spray passes to the likes of Haalah and Werner, who would also get a lot of support from the likes of Havertz and Hakimi. It remains to be seen if Chelsea will actually make a move for Hakimi, since his arrival could cause a bit of disturbance within the setup. Rocket's arrival would impact the careers of Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic, who are struggling for minutes as it is. The same can be said about Callum Hudson-Odoi, who has bags of potential but doesn't really seem to enjoy his manager's confidence. Tuchel, on the other hand, is pretty good at using all players at his disposal, and he's also not averse to making tactical tweaks depending on the opponent. Need for a long-term number 9. The need for an out-and-out striker can't be understated. Tammy Abraham is likely to leave the club this summer. With him gone, Chelsea will have no recognised number 9 except for Olivier Giroud, who is unlikely to start many games this season. Timo Werner is at his best when he's playing down the left or right, so playing him as a lone striker might not be the right call. All this points to the fact that Chelsea are in dire need of a pure striker. Teams that don't have recognised strikers do struggle. While last season Chelsea were okay without one, this time around they will really need a number 9 in order to mount a consistent assault on the Premier League title. It does make sense for the Blues to make a move for Haaland, even if it threatens to break their wage structure. But then again, this is a rare opportunity for them, which is why the club is so eager to get the deal done. But then again, it all depends on Borussia Dortmund, who would understandably not like to see 2 of their best players leave the club this summer. Dortmund barely qualified for Champions League football last season, and had it not been for Haaland's goals, they might have struggled to qualify for a Europa League berth even. At present, good strikers are a rare commodity, and whichever club has one doesn't like to sell them. Dortmund still have the upper hand here. They're playing Champions League football next season, and they will have sufficient funds to improve the squad if they're able to sell Sancho. Sancho is definitely an exciting prospect, but truth be told, you can find a high-quality winger, but finding a striker who guarantees 25+ goals every season is a very difficult task. This is why Dortmund will want to keep hold of Haaland, and in case that becomes impossible, they'll be looking to sign a ready-made replacement before selling the Norwegian for a big amount. That way, the Germans won't feel hard done by. Chelsea, meanwhile, stand to gain a potential iconic striker. Most of the strikers the Blues have bought in recent seasons have been unable to match the exploits of Didier Drogba. Perhaps Haaland is the one who can buck the trend. What do you lot think? Let us know in the comments section.